Update. Chris Kahler here. chriskehler.net. Chris Kahler Holistic True Quantum Healing. That's who we are. That's who you love. Okay, it's been a minute since we did the last update. There's so much going on out there. Okay, so everybody knows about the solar storms, 3-eye Atlas comet, or rock, whatever you want to call it. It's crazy how people are taking something like this and just blowing it out of proportion and running conspiracy all over it. For me, what it does is it opens doors into different concepts of healing, etc., etc. The storms, they do that. They open up doors. They bring in information, help things along. That's what it is. Eclipses, all these different events happen. And that's it. And the work here is getting crazy. It's getting so accurate and so precise, and I'm really enjoying it, reaping its benefits. So here's what's been going on. But this is nothing compared to what I just found out. So number one, what's going on is a lot of Wicca, reptilian Wicca, not witchcraft, but Wicca. A lot of things are being manifested within our bodies from trauma, which is okay. Yeah, Louise Hay had it right. Cancer is manifested from anger, built up anger. If you hold an emotion in your body so long, it festers, it becomes something, it can create something, etc. MCAS, I can't remember if I did an update on this or not, but mast cell activation syndrome is something we can really get into. So inflammation, autoimmune system stuff, all of this mast cell activation syndrome is very much something we can go into and find out why it's happening, etc., etc. Clones. In the charts, there's a few different options for clones. Cloning program, clone, duplicate. There's some different options. So what may have happened is you may have had a body part cloned for various reasons, which I might get into right after this. You get a body part clone, so now you don't have the original body part. So now what you have to do is find the clone, send it to source, and replace with the true original body part. So let's say somebody's kidneys don't work. Return the true original kidneys. And then maybe you might have to work on the kidneys to get rid of some stressors, etc., etc. Carbon element. Here's something we've been doing basically for everybody, taking your carbon element and making it source true. And that's it for the carbon element. Just make it source true so that can't be manipulated. There's an option in the charts for carbon element mutation, which normally what you would think is cancer because it's mutating into a cancer, but not necessarily the case. So take that carbon element, just make it source true, and then you should be done with it. You might want to douse some more to see if there is more stressors within the carbon element. The solar flares have been big. Last few nights, like, who's sleeping? It's been even my wife. She's like, I can't sleep. I wake up every hour. She's like, I can't sleep. I says it's the solar storms. And she looks at me like, okay, Chris, it's your stuff. That's fine. Ha ha ha. But I'm taking some melatonin tonight. I'm going to sleep. I says, go ahead. I've had some disruption sleeping. Sometimes I do anyways, but particularly through these solar storms, there's been lots of disruptions with sleep. A lot of people are going through lots of itchiness. There's a lot of different manifestations that are happening from these solar storms. So we need to weather the storm and get through it all. Okay, so this is what I just found out a couple hours ago. So, of course, I'm going through my charts. I was going to say everything is off the charts, but no, everything's on the charts. Okay, sorry. So, working with somebody, and all of a sudden, I get an answer. Super soldier. Oh, okay, that hasn't come up in a long time, the super soldier. So what I found of that is that there is a super soldier program, reptilian super soldier program, where super soldiers go into your soul and oversoul and possibly regenerate, get themselves repaired, and possibly your soul or oversoul is creating super soldiers. Our soul is as powerful as a nuclear reactor. Okay, just keep that in mind. We're here possibly to create these super soldiers. You may have been a super soldier in a past life, and that now somebody's after you and they want to take you down because, well, of course, they can't have people being super soldiers. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but it's something that came up, and it was very, very strong. The answer was really there. I worked on a couple people with it, and it seemed to got a big response. People with kidneys that don't function, people with any kind of any kind of illness, basically. If there's no reason for the illness, if there's no trauma involved, it could be this super soldier aspect. Again, the trauma manifestation has been pretty darn big. So again, any kind of illness created by trauma, manifested from trauma, false, and then go in and start dowsing again. It's been really interesting. So the results we're getting over here in the last 2-3 weeks have been big. So big that I really don't have an opportunity to do an update, because they come in, we clear them out, they leave. They come in, it's something new all the time. So trying to keep up with it. But this super soldier thing, I think, could be a very interesting aspect. One of the few things that came in and left pretty quickly was Akhenaten, the pharaoh Akhenaten. I got a little story to tell you about that. So if you do the research, you watch a History Channel or go on the internet, and you look at Akhenaten, he was a pharaoh that wanted to squash all the other gods and just have his followers honor him and not the other gods. So I know somebody who remembers their time in ancient Egypt. Okay, why not? And when I work with them and I douse them, we would find the pharaoh Set. He says, "Oh, we had a disagreement. I punched him in the eye once." I says, "Okay, you can believe it or not." So then when I told him that we're going to clear out Akhenaten, he says, "Oh, you mean shithead?" He just had to laugh. Back then they called him shithead because he had all these ideas that nobody really agreed with. So that's the basic update for today. And I am really anticipating some bigger things to come forward, because, again, the way things have been going here, every day is more and more and more, better, and getting deeper into the concept of why are we sick? Why are we not feeling well? Why do we have bad luck? Why? Okay, all that stuff. So, again, this is Chris Kahler, chriskehler.net. We're here to help you. Any kind of health problem, we can address it. I'm not going to come out and say I'm going to heal everything, because my ego ain't that big. But we can deal with anything going on here that helps your body to fix itself. Okay? Everybody have a good weekend. This is Chris. We're out of here. Cheers.